cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And there were colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Rams and our home team. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Raiders will take possession. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they...
And he can't get away. Newton can't escape the pressure, and it's a safety. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. They'll look to set up his blockers. So out come the Raiders. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. That's a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Looking to throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll lift to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. That's complete right around the 8. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receivers. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up, and give them some more space to gain additional yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Newton on third down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down, here's Newton. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Green, 39. Watching now, Barney, Leopard.
Time running out here on the play clock. They'll look to throw, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And they'll run it here. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And if they want to keep this drive alive, they'll need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
4 down. Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Oh, 4th and short, right at midfield. This is where you tell your offense, I've got faith in you guys to get me a few yards. And sure enough, they repay that faith and keep the drive moving with a first down.
They'll look to throw. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Let's go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. A field goal last time is what they gave up. In a close game, all these drives start to feel so critical.
And they are. And, you know, we've met so many defensive coordinators who just really hate the bend but don't break mentality. They're much more of the aggressive school.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Now, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
first and 10. Newton. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. An entire crew of Raiders, an entourage there to make the tackle. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. Here's Newton surveying the field, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. One receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton finding time. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To the air again, Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. He's got time. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the...
Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top as we send you down to our EA Sports studio. So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. And the Rams defense, they make their way back out there now. They're losing here as we begin the third quarter, trying to stop this from being a bigger deficit.
I used to play for a coach who always talked about getting the other team's attention. And in this case, they want to let them know that you're going to do the dictating from here on out, not the other way around.
Trying to impose their will as we start the third.
Well, they held them to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at them. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly had. Plenty of family back there. God love it.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. That room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fat.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2, and this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
They went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed him down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed him. So now he brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And the offense inside the 5 here at the 4. It's 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll look to throw him. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now Newton on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Slam. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
Newton throwing again. And incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Third and long. It's Newton. And that's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They'll drop the throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Let's go, Leopard! No. Check, Patriot! Good!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete here on third down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Running into the kicker. Defense. Automatic first down.
Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Oh, here come the Rams, and they get it. It's blocked. And the Rams with a score. Touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I can tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On first down, Newton. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Newton to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. Newton on first down. He's got time in the pocket, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Newton surveying the field. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
Finding time. Look at the time. And it is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Time for a break. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 15 and a first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
A lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Marquette King now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time, they had it 4th and goal. Rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty. And, Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Newton now to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And as our graphic shows, sort of back to his old form, you requested a meeting with a tight end coach this week. What came from that?
Yeah, that's not normal because we usually talk to the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. It's pretty simple stuff, but you're talking about a former tight end now coaching who've been to Pro Bowls and understood what it takes to get things done and get them done better. He's had bad games and had to bounce back. So I just asked him, what kind of advice did you give him? What do you do with him? He just told him to relax. He's one of the best in the game. Let's go play. And it's worked out pretty well in this one. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He's got time. Great protection. That is caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Their big tight end. His first touchdown of the new season. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part one of the equation done. Now they need to convert, then get that onside kick. They'll again try for 2, this time from the 7. Cam looking to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And Charles, I think...
Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, D.
I wanna sip,